biggest mistakes women make is make their lives about get a guy, get a house, get married, and have kids. Because once you make your life that narrow, you have to compromise and compromise and compromise until all of a sudden you have no options. You have nowhere to go. You can't move. You can't shift. You can't go to the side. You don't have any independence and any power. Independence is not a bad thing. It's a wonderful thing. And you ought to have a bigger life, a life that involves passions and interests and opportunities and things that excite you that are unrelated to whether or not you got this guy or not. Does a couple of things for you. Number one, it gives you leverage in a relationship because you're not defined solely by that relationship. It is a big part of you. It is a good part of you.
I have truly been at peace ever since I stopped giving men so much of my energy. I don't really want to say I've de-centered men because men were never at the center of my life. But I don't think we realize how much power we give men and how much energy we allow them to suck from us. You text a guy in the morning, by lunchtime, you don't hear from him. Now all day you're thinking about, did he block me? Did he read my message? Did I say something wrong? Well, he watched my story, but he didn't text back to me. Now you're giving this man so much energy. You text in a group chat, oh my God, what do you think what happened? He didn't write back. He didn't relax. Why are you even giving somebody that you possibly just met so much energy? Who cares if he don't text back, if he don't call back, if he don't plan no date? Who cares? So I'm just at peace. I don't care what the outcome is. If they call me, cool. If they don't, cool. If they text me, cool. If they don't text me, cool. I am truly at peace with whatever outcome happens between me and a man. And I suggest you do the same.
So we're looking into toxic relationships. We're talking about decentering. So to decenter is to shift your focus away from them as the center of your thoughts, priorities, and self-worth. So basically, you're going to concentrate on yourself. You're going to concentrate on building yourself for your mental health, your goals, your dreams, your aspirations. A lot of times you don't like spending time with yourself. Do you even know yourself? When you spend time with yourself, you begin to know yourself. You begin to know your likes and your dislikes. And this is just not for women. A lot of men are in toxic relationships. So once you concentrate on yourself and build yourself, build your mental health, concentrate on your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, then you begin to see yourself and know yourself. Know what you don't need in your life and know what you do need in your life. And this will help you become a better person. So let's dig deeper.
I think a lot of y'all are missing the point of decenter men. I realize that a lot of you are using pain and hurt as reason to decenter men rather than what it's actually for. Self-love. You will never reach self-actualization if the way you dress, your habits, your interests, the way you present yourself, the way you express yourself is completely contingent upon being desirable by another person. As someone who more or less has decentered men my entire life, I live a very free-spirited lifestyle. And not in a sex way, but in the sense of I allow myself to evolve and try things and become better versions of myself as I grow and I learn and I heal. But my journey is always my journey. My journey has never been to be desirable by men. But what's funny about it is I become more desirable to men because I do not center them as part of my life. Anyone who I deal with not only has to respect me because I demand it, but they also are required to like me as a person because I am whole on my own. I don't work to impress them. I don't care if they like me or not. I be who I am. I live in my most free form, my most highest form. And if that also attracts them, that's fine. It works. This is why I've dated some phenomenal men. And I have also been in relationships with phenomenal men. And I never have to question if those men like me or if they like what I do for them. Because who I am does not change based off of their interests, what they like, or anything else. But more importantly, the centering men is about finding who you are. What do you need? What do you want? What do you need to heal from? What are your traumas? It's about taking ownership of your journey. And until y'all start operating out of that, you're still centering men. Because you're not really decentering men if the reason why you're decentering men is because of men and not because of you.
The most powerful thing that you can do as a woman is decenter men in your life. Decenter them. Trust me when I tell you that. This is coming from a man. Believe me when I tell you this. every single woman that I've known of and that I know of who has decentered men, they're living their happiest life. They're living their best life. They're living a life of absolute peace. At the same time, I also know of women who are still male-centered. They're not living the same way that a woman who has decentered men is living. The women who are male-centered tend to still get played, still get lied to, and still get manipulated because they haven't decentered men in their life. And what's meant by decentering men is not rejecting every single man. When you decenter men, you prioritize your needs and yourself above everyone else. So men are no longer in the spotlight. They're no longer in the center of your life. Now it's you who's the main character. A lot of people have the idea that decentering men means rejecting every single man. That's not what it means. What it means is putting your priorities and your needs over everyone else. When you finally decenter certain people from your life, you're going to build a better relationship with yourself. And when you build a better relationship with yourself, you're not just going to allow any person to come in your life who doesn't value you, who doesn't respect you, and who doesn't treat you properly, because you already know what it's like to value yourself, to treat yourself right, and to respect yourself. So if someone doesn't do it the same way you're doing it for yourself, you're not going to allow them. What it truly means to decenter men is no more chasing men, no more seeking their validation, no more thriving off of their attention, no more getting excited about their compliments, no more bashing your own body because they don't like how you look, no more endlessly putting in the effort to try to impress them. Decentering men means you'll have more time to invest in meaningful friendships and in meaningful relationships. It means you're going to value your voice 10 times more. Decentering men means you're going to distance yourself from the male gaze, and you're going to start wearing clothes and putting things on that you genuinely like. Decentering men means you don't have any time or energy to play therapist for a broken man. It's not your job to fix anyone. Decentering men is not about hating men at all. It's not even about disliking men. It's about putting yourself first above everyone else, recognizing your own worth and your own value without the need of it depending on male validation or male attention.
Something clear. Decentering men does not have to mean that we hate men. We love men, good men. We really love all men. Again, that's why we get in a lot of the situations we get in that get us hurt, because we love them. But anyways, decentering men, it doesn't have to be about hate towards them. It just needs to be about removing them from the focus of our life and what we're thinking about. Always going boy crazy, like men, boys, and putting the things that really matter in the center of our life, so that we can have peace and purpose and step into our highest power and highest.
Ladies, no, you should not be chasing a man. No, you should not be pursuing a man. Yes, a man should be pursuing you. But as we see in the book of Ruth, you have to put yourself in the position to be found. Ruth came home from gleaning that wheat, and Naomi said, "My daughter, who is the man who welcomed you in?" She said, "Yeah, it was Boaz." Naomi said, "Boaz? That sounds like cuz. Kinsman Redeemer?" She said, "Yeah, go down to that threshing floor tonight and lay at his foot. Make sure he notices you. Put yourself in position." And Ruth positioned herself, and she was blessed because of it. Yes, do not pursue a man. A man is called to pursue you, but you have to put yourself in the position to be found. I'm saying this as a man who has pursued and found his. Put yourself in position to be found, man. God will bless you.
I can't stand it when I hear men be like, "That's why she can't keep a man." Do you know how fucking exhausting it is to keep a man or to try to keep a man? I'm one of those people where I go off of nature. I go and accept the thing that has the least path of resistance. If it requires me to do all of this fiddle-faddle, doing all this stuff, jumping through hoops, walking through eggshells, contorting myself, I don't want any parts of it. Having to do all that isn't natural. Like, it is not fucking natural. So many women are literally changing their body, changing how they carry themselves, I'm in these groups. I'm in this one group on Facebook, and most of the stories that I see are coming from married women. He's not interested in me anymore, and he doesn't want to sleep with me anymore, and what can I do to entice him and excite him for the bedroom, and what lingerie should I wear, what perfume should I wear, how should I fix my hair, what meal should I cook him, what new sex position should I be trying. Men aren't actively doing this with women in order for them to keep interest and have their partner be happy. You don't hear men saying, oh, I need to try this new gym routine, or, I need to hop on this, new diet, or maybe I need to go into a different field, or I need to get a second job so I can provide for our family. They're not over here riddling out things in their brain and trying to come up with all these solutions to keep their woman happy. They're not over here trying to figure out how they can become more communicative, how they can become more emotionally intelligent. They're not over here trying to figure out how to address their internalized misogyny. But the woman has to be the one to keep the man and do all of this bullshit and completely contort herself and change herself and, figure out, oh, well, how am I going to be able to take care of our children and still give him love and still give him sex and do all this and change all this? Oh my goodness. If you ever hear a man say, that's why she can't keep a man, you need to run as far away as you can. I am so tired of the performative, pretty much standard that women have to be at in order to keep a man. It doesn't even take that much fucking effort for someone to keep their goddamn job. And you mean to tell me that I have to do all of this stuff in order to keep a fucking bummy ass human in my life? Please.
Do you decenter men if you're in a relationship? It's like I center myself. I've been decentering men for a while, but right now it's like, okay, I have this to do, I have that to do, I have this to do. This is my day, and I get to see my man at the end of the day. He's like the gift after doing all of my responsibilities. But my day is not surrounded by what he's doing. Where is he going? Oh, I wonder if he ate. Like, I think about him frequently through the day, but I am very, very focused on like my regular life. How fulfilled can you be with your life if your life is surrounded by men?
It's not about decentering men, it's about centering yourself. So like, I'm gonna get corny for a second, but like, you need exposure. And I don't mean exposure in terms of like, you need to go see Italy and France and do like a world tour and go be worldly, okay? Like the world inside your head is a mess. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't make any sense. And like, oh my God, he called me beautiful, okay? And it'll be the last time that he ever calls you. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he sends me good morning text. He sends me good morning or good night text. Like, okay, he's also under the comment section of some random girl on Instagram being like, you look like the love of my life. You know what I mean? Like, oh, like he never made me feel this way. Like he said such beautiful things. Like, have you ever like listened to like a really good poem or like a really good song that's like actually beautiful? Like have exposure to things so that you're not just impressed by nothing. You know what I mean? Like be so wealthy in knowing yourself and knowing what joy feels like, knowing what it's like to like be so fulfilled that when somebody texts you at like midnight, like, hey, come over, you're like, sorry, I had a full day of filling my own cup and I don't have time for you. Like have exposure so that you can recognize silliness and reject silliness. Like that's wealth.
That's why I tell men and women, focus on who you're meant to be, not who you're meant to be with. When you start being and just focusing on who you're meant to be, you'll attract the person that is right for you in that season of your life.
I'm 35 years old. I have no husband, no children, no talking stage, and I'm not currently dating anyone, and I have never been happier than I am right now. Let's talk about it. I'm so at peace with myself. Like I've never had a completely dry phone in my life. That's actually like super unhealthy. But you know, I'm just a lover girl. I swear to God, the best way to decenter men is to just go on a bunch of dates. And they're gonna teach why you don't want a boyfriend. I used to be like so excited to go on dates and be like, oh my God, like what if this is the one? And now I'm just like, I remember one guy told me, I love how you just eat. The fuck am I supposed to do? Pretend to eat? I've been having so much more fun going on dates with my girlfriends. We cackle, we kiki. We always get the photos, and there's none of this, what are you looking for in the next 5 years horse shit. Why do people ask that question anyways? I don't fucking know what I'm doing this summer. Like, I used to be so tied to my timeline because I was so afraid that I wasn't gonna be able to have kids before it's too late. And now I'm like, And so what? The last thing I need to do is rush into a relationship and get fucking pregnant. Are you high? Women have this internal clock that makes us do crazy, stupid shit. And that is one thing that I'm not going to allow to happen in my life. If I meet my person and everything aligns up the way that it's meant to happen, I'm going to be so fucking happy and that's what's meant to happen. But if I don't, if I'm just meant to live this life that is full in so many other ways than being a mother, so be it. Everything that is meant to be mine will be mine.